Welcome to the news on Enyimba TV. We are reaching you from Abia, the commercial and industrial hub of Abia State, Nigeria. First, here are the top stories. Federal government to introduce 11,500 new CNG-enabled vehicles and provide 55,000 CNG conversion kits for existing vehicles. CBN withdraws cybersecurity levy circular after federal government suspension. 5 states, including Abia, to benefit from hypertension treatment program. These and other stories, plus foreign, business and sports shortly. I am Mary Ihejirika. Thank you for joining us. Now the news in details. The federal government says compressed natural gas CNG initiative would transform the lives of 25,000 Nigerian auto technicians and has revolutionized the auto industry. Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Nkirika Onyejocha, announced this at a stakeholder event hosted by the Presidential CNG Initiative. Program Director and Chief Executive Officer, the Presidential CNG Initiative, PCNG, Michael Olubemi, said the government, in collaboration with the private sector, plans to deliver 100 conversion workshops and 60 refueling sites across 18 states before year-end. Clarification were made by the planning and organizing coordinator of the presidential initiative, Folarin Owuru, concerning safety, CNG refilling stations, conversion of petrol vehicles, standard, and training. The initiative aims to introduce 11,500 new CNG-enabled vehicles and provide 55,000 CNG conversion kits for existing vehicles. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has offered a fresh appointment to Ajuri Ngalale, his special advisor on media and publicity. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, CGF, Senator George Akume, announced this in a statement made available to Enyimba TV News. Ngalale was named Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action and Secretary of the newly established 25-man committee to oversee green economic initiatives. President Tinubu established the committee in a strategic move to ensure the advancement of his administration's climate and green economic initiatives. China Civil Engineering Construction Company, CCECC, has handed over the first phase of Transportation University to the Nigerian government. Chairman of CCECC, Jason Zhang, handed over the project in a symbolic manner to the Minister of Transportation, Senator Said Al-Khali, in Abuja, Nigeria. Zhang said, as one of the major players in the infrastructure industry, the handing over of the university is a testament to its dedication to its corporate social responsibility and promise to support youth development in Nigeria. Responding, the Minister of Transportation, Senator Said Al-Khali, said the university is unique in form, standard, structure, and has satisfied the requirements of National Universities Commission. The first University of Transportation in Nigeria, located in Daura, Katsina State, is an investment by the CCECC worth $50 million. Northeast Governors Forum has expressed concern over the neglect of the Northeast in the allocation of the federal government capital projects, particularly the poor state of road and railway infrastructure along the economic corridors that link the zone to the rest of the country. The forum called on the federal government to prioritize the reconstruction of these critical infrastructure projects. It also noted with dismay the prolonged power blackout experienced by the zone and the nonchalant attitude of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, in addressing the issue. In response, the forum resolved to set up a regional solar power plant that can generate a minimum of 100 megawatts per state to address the energy paucity in the short term. These were some key resolutions contained in a communique issued and read by Governor Ahmadu Fintiri of Adamawa State at the end of the closed session of the 10th Northeast Governors Forum in Bauchi. Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has withdrawn its earlier circular directing banks to implement a controversial 0.5% cybersecurity levy on electronic transactions. The decision of the Apex Bank to withdraw the circular followed the public outrage that trailed the announcement of the policy 2 weeks ago and the suspension of the levy by the federal government last week. In its initial circular address to all deposit money banks, mobile money operators, and payment service providers, the Apex Bank directed the deduction of the levy to be remitted to the National Cybersecurity Fund, NCF, administered by the Office of the National Security Advisor, ONSA. The CBN, in its latest circular, referred to the earlier circular and advised financial institutions that the initial circular on the implementation of the cybersecurity levy is hereby withdrawn. Presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2023 election, Atiku Abubakar, has hinted at the possibility of supporting his Labour Party counterpart in the last election, Peter Obi, in 2027. The former vice president, who is currently on a major talk with stakeholders of some opposition political parties, said he will not hesitate to support Obi in the next election if the party picks the former Anambra governor. Confirming the move by opposition parties to align in a bid to unseat the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) in the 2027 election, Atiku said merger can happen to achieve a common goal. Atiku said if the new party decides that it's the turn of the Southeast and Peter Obi is chosen, he won't hesitate to support him. Gunmen have kidnapped the paramount ruler of Mbo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, His Royal Majesty Owong Okon A. Abang, at his palace in Ebugu. Though the abductors are yet to contact the family of the victim for a possible ransom, the Akwa Ibom State Police Command has confirmed the abduction of the monarch. The Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO of the command, ASP Timfon John, who confirmed the incident, said the Commissioner of Police, Ayelara Wahid Adedamola, and other service commanders, including the Commissioner for Internal Security, have moved down to Mbo Local Council to ascertain the situation. However, this abduction is coming few days after medical doctors down tools over the kidnap of their colleague, Dr. John Robin Isu, who is still in the kidnappers' den nearly 3 weeks after. 5 states, including Abia, Gombe, Jigawa, and Oyo, have been listed to benefit from the scaling up of a collaborative academic research program, Hypertension Treatment in Nigeria. The Hypertension Treatment in Nigeria program is a 5-year National Institute of Health-funded collaborative academic research work by the University of Abuja, Washington University in St. Louis, and Northwestern University, Chicago, USA, which commenced in 2019. Over 23,000 patients with hypertension have been enrolled in the program, which will end this year. The program has a Nigerian DK Oji, an associate professor and lead investigator at the Cardiovascular Research Unit Department of Internal Medicine, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, College of Health Sciences, University of Abuja, on its team. Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has inaugurated the 9-kilometer Obehe Okibe Road in Okwa West local government area, local government of Abia State, which links Abia with Akwa Ibom. The commission awarded the project on April 7, 2022 at the cost of 3 billion naira. NDDC said that it is 100% completed and that the contractor complied with the specification given by the Commission in terms of the scope of the project. The Abia Commissioner on the NDDC board, Eruba Dimba, thanked the chairman of the NDDC Governing Board, Chiedu Ebie, and the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Commission, Samuel Obuku. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues with foreign, business, and sports updates. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. Now the news continues. And we start with foreign. A helicopter carrying Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi on Sunday afternoon crash-landed in northwestern Iran. It is unclear if Raisi and others on board with him survived the crash. Iran state media reported Foreign Minister, Governor of East Azerbaijan province, and a prayer leader were also on board the helicopter. Raisi was reported to be returning from a ceremony to open a dam on Iran's border with Azerbaijan when the helicopter crash-landed in the Vazagan region. The dam is the third one that the two nations built on the Aras River, and it comes amid chilly relations between the two countries. Rescue and relief teams have been dispatched to the area and search operations continue. The media outfit said the foggy weather and the impossibility of the area have frustrated efforts. And on business, federal government may cut its approximately 6.2 trillion naira yearly fuel import bill if the Dangote Petroleum Refinery begins the sale of premium motor spirit as promised by the chairman of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote. Dangote was speaking at the Africa CEO Forum Annual Summit in Kigali, Rwanda, assured Nigerians that following the laid-down plans by the Dangote refinery, Nigeria would no longer need to import petrol starting next month. The country's petrol import was reduced to an average of 1 billion liters monthly after President Bola Tinubu removed fuel subsidy on May 29 last year, according to a report by the National Bureau of Statistics. According to Dangote, the $20 billion refinery can meet West Africa's petrol and diesel needs as well as the continent's aviation fuel demand. And on sports, Manchester City have been crowned the 2023-2024 Premier League champions after defeating West Ham 3-1 in their final fixture of the season. City have now become the first ever team to win the English top flight, a record 4 straight times. Going into the final fixture, City needed an outright win against the Hammers to be crowned champions, and they got off to the perfect start as Phil Foden opened the scoring. City's title rivals Arsenal edged Everton 2-1 at the Emirates, but it was not enough to land them a first league title since 2004. After 38 games, City finished top on 91 points, while Arsenal placed second on 89 points on the log. Liverpool placed third on 82 points, while Aston Villa occupied fourth spot on 68 points. The sports story brings us to the end of the news at this period, but before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. In the news, we told you federal government is set to introduce 11,500 new CNG-enabled vehicles and provide 55,000 CNG conversion kits for existing vehicles. And we told you Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has withdrawn its earlier circular directing banks to implement a controversial 0.5% cybersecurity levy on electronic transactions. And we told you Abia, including 4 other states, have been listed to benefit from the scaling up of a collaborative academic research program, hypertension treatment in Nigeria. That's a package of news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching. On behalf of the production team, I am Mary Ihejirika saying thanks for listening. Have yourself an amazing day.